This is the much better side of school. Today we're going to be talking about our top 10 classes, and I guess Owen is going to read off Blower's list because Blower's too lazy to show up to read his list.
His list looks really fun.
And if you want to do yours too, you can.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Top
on
10?
on the spot,
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, what's
I think
Blower's?
he has 9. 1, 2, 3. He has 9.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez Louise.
Great job, Blower.
What's Blower's number 9? I guess.
Food. Well, I would assume this is number 9, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Food prep.
Food prep. I was in food prep my senior
I
year.
was not ever in food prep.
It is not as fun as they make it out to be. I'm
No.
gonna say that.
I always wanted to take it, and I never did because once I actually got to 8th grade scheduling, I was like, food prep. That sounds so fun. But then I just never took it.
It's not as fun as they make it out to be.
Yeah.
What's yours, Buster? With number
My
number 10. Sorry.
is World History Honors. for
World
my ninth
History
grade year.
honors. Who was your teacher?
I had Mr. Casto.
Mr. Casto. Hayden had Mr. Casto, and he really liked him.
That was like a good introduction to the school.
That is good.
If school kept going on that road, it would have been just fine. He was a good teacher. He had a lot of character to the day. Fun class. I liked the assignments.
I would like to comment. Cabell Midland's history department is full of wonderful people.
Oh, it's so good.
They do really good things. So yeah, that kind of lines up with mine too. My list is kind of ambiguous. Like you can place these pretty much anywhere. But my number 10, sorry, was Mr. McKee's U.S. History Honors class. I loved Mr. McKee. I think he is a great person, and I think his comedy is awesome. So, yeah, thank you, Mr. McKee, for making my 10th grade year really good. What's Blower's number 8?
Was McKee a principal last year?
Yes.
Too? I can't-
He
Yes.
started
I didn't know if
as
he
a
started
teacher.
this year.
He ascended that year.
Criminal
Yeah.
law.
Criminal Law with Mr.
Matt Stead.
Stead. Mr. Stead. Great, great guy. Really funny, too. Buster, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is jazz band.
Jazz band with Mr. James. Do you like Mr. James? Like Mr. James' class, or you like the people in the class?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's just like a fundamental part of what's going on there.
Cool.
It's almost a placeholder.
Mhm.
Almost. It's just like,
Just a break.
no, it's
Oh.
not. It's really not.
Okay.
Not at all.
No?
Like, I show up and I know what to expect. It's definitely the most chaotic class I go to every day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we laugh because it's just so out of control. But we have a good time in there usually.
That's good.
It's a very surreal class.
I'm glad to hear
It's
it.
much different from every other class there.
Right on.
Have you taken that every year?
Yes, last year I didn't technically have it on my schedule, but I went during lunch.
Oh, sorry. My number 9 was actually criminal law as well. I enjoyed that class. I thought it was a lot of fun. So we've already talked about Mr. Stead and how he's just awesome. And me and Blower actually shared that class. It was back when I was in 11th grade. We had a lot of fun with, just a lot of fun in that class.
Cool.
What is Buster's, not Buster's, Blower's number 7?
Math 3 STEM honors.
Math 3
With
STEM
Miss St.
honors
John.
with Sandra St.
Oh.
John.
That was a good class. I was in there with him.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Miss St. John as a person. Sometimes, I like Miss St. John as a person, but as a teacher, she was okay. But I'll leave it at that. She was okay. Good.
I had her last year.
What'd you think of her?
I don't as a person, like you said, she's pretty cool.
Really nice person.
Yeah, she's nice, but I could never follow
Yeah.
what she was teaching.
I think she was too smart.
Yes.
I heard
thi-
she's like a
honestly.
genius.
I think
She is.
she's overqualified for her position. Like
Yeah.
significantly overqualified.
Yeah.
But Buster, what is your number? I forget which number we're on.
8.
Number 8. What's your number 8?
My number 8 is the first and only math class on this list.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is Trig Honors.
Trigonometry honors. Who is your
I
teacher?
was in. It was Miss Riley. I was in there with
I like
my brother Ben,
mm-hmm.
Braden Lingenfelter, and my friend Ethan Johnson, and it was insane
Insane in a good way or a bad way?
in a very good way.
That is good to hear.
It got so out of control.
Oh, well, maybe that's
It was
less
great.
good. But I
So much Bob Evans talk. We talked about Bob Evans so
Really?
much. Yes.
Bob Evans.
Yes.
I had Miss Riley as my shield teacher my senior year, but trigonometry as a class was the class I did the worst on throughout high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was bad. we're gonna leave that one there. My number 8 I wrote was marching band. I really enjoyed. I didn't particularly enjoy marching band as a class. What I enjoyed about marching band was the people and the friends I made along the way. That sounds cheesy, but it's true. I've made a lot of good friends throughout marching band, and I don't know, man. I don't. It's just weird. I probably wouldn't be on the show if I wasn't in a marching band, and Buster wasn't on marching band.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So thank you, marching band, for bringing us together. Moving on. What is
All right.
Blower's next one?
Oh, well, dual credit trig.
Do a great trig.
No.
All right. Well, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in there right now.
He is.
Yeah.
Right on. Good luck to you, Blower. Trigonometry is tough.
Bob Evans.
Bob Evans.
Bevins.
Better on the farm.
Bevins.
All right, Lester, what's your next one?
My number 7 is Earth Space Science Honors, I guess.
Who taught that?
Mr. Ellis.
Mr. Ellis. He is a character.
He is incredible. He's a great teacher. He gave a sink or swim environment in his class. He didn't overload us with ridiculous homework that had no positive result. That's the ideal class format. I liked
For
it
you.
a lot. The thing was, it's not like my favorite content.
Yeah.
Best format ever, and great teacher.
He is very, very conservative. Very,
He's
very
just gym now. He's a gym teacher now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he
and
is?
Health,
Yeah.
I think.
Interesting.
Because I went full day for the first day, and he was my gym teacher, but then I...
Are you going to have to? Right
Are
on.
you full day?
Yeah, I'm full day.
I figure
A lot of people are going, like, full day and graduating early, aren't they?
I don't know.
Like, I know a few people who are graduating next month, like in December.
That'd be great.
Because they did a full block schedule for the only classes they need.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it does. It's full day blocks, but they get to graduate in like 20 days. So
I probably should have done that.
it'd be
That'd
nice.
Great.
I think what you should. This is gonna sound like I'm a boomer, but you should enjoy high school while you're in there.
Yeah.
It's everyone's like, I'm not gonna miss high school, but here's the thing. It's once in a lifetime, guys. Enjoy it while you're there. It sucks sometimes, but you'll look back on it good. But let's get back to the top 10.
Okay.
My whatever number we're on is world history with Billy Williams, Mr. Williams. It was just a really, really, as Buster said with his history class, it was a really good foot in the door at Cumberland High School. I wish I would have taken the honors version, but at the time I didn't. I didn't think it was the best for me. But I regret that decision now. All right.
The freshman year?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I had him.
I love
like
Mr.
him.
Williams. Good,
Billy
good
Willie.
guy.
All right, Blowers is AP Psych. What is this, number?
5.
Yeah, 5.
AP
AP Psych. We
AP
talked a little
Psych.
bit
Good class.
about that.
I
Was
like
Blower
that.
in our class?
No.
He wasn't.
No.
I thought he said you were.
No.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Just me and Buster.
Yeah.
I remember when we had to go up and do the note cards like on our head in front of the
Yeah.
whole class. Every time they were like, pick a friend, they were like, Buster.
Yeah.
You dumb man.
The only reason that list or that pick wouldn't be higher on here is because a lot of like my friends weren't in there,
Yeah.
but it wasn't really my crowd. But
Yeah.
it was still pretty good. It worked out.
Cool.
I liked Mr. White listening to him.
Yeah, it was great. He gave some good lectures, and then every now and then you'd hear something completely insane.
Yeah. Something, yeah.
Yeah,
Something you didn't even know they were allowed to say. They're probably not.
probably not, but
All right, Buster. What's your next one?
My number 6 is AP Environmental with Mr. Schreiber.
Mr. Schreiber.
I will say it's probably the worst environmental science class I've ever taken, but boy was it good at everything else.
How'd you do on the AP exam?
I got a 4,
That's good.
which is good.
Yeah, that's
we made it halfway through the textbook, which is pretty good.
Oh.
I loved the way he taught. It was so sporadic. If there wasn't a test at the end, it would have been an ideal class for environmental science. It was a little unorganized at times.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I really enjoyed the class.
I always am really happy to hear when people enjoy classes. It's just because I'm an education major, I guess, but like, it makes me happy.
Well, you usually expect to hear people have problems.
Yeah, that's fair, and I'm always glad to hear that education is taking another good step forward.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah,
What
education.
are you gonna do? Teach
I
it
shall return
All right,
momentarily.
I'm planning on teaching social studies education.
for like high school?
Yeah, but I also might be going to law school afterward.
Did you read yours?
No, I didn't read it yet.
Where's he going?
I don't know. I think he's playing his nose.
Oh.
I guess I can read mine. My number 6, I guess, is pottery.
Pottery. I like pottery. I took it freshman year.
It's a lot of fun. I wasn't very good at it,
I wouldn't either.
but like I enjoyed every moment of it. Though I
Yeah.
took 2 years of it, and like I was like, this is great fun. But I was awful.
It was fun, but I always walked out of there with clay
Yep, on your hands and on your
on my clothes.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm in there right now.
Did you take? Did you have Wiley
Yes, I did.
both years?
Yes.
I had her first semester.
It was.
Second was Miss Fry. But
Oh, really?
I enjoyed Miss Wiley's class a lot better. Back then too, Mr. Holly, you know Mr. Holly,
Yeah.
photography. Yeah, he was. Was he in your class that year?
No, but side note, Mr. Holly, Jared Holly,
Yeah.
he used to teach percussion. At
Still does.
Midland. He still does.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. He was good.
Yeah, he's a big drummer.
Yes, he is. He is
in a
also in a
band.
band called what is it called?
Duquesne.
Duquesne.
Right?
I don't know. I haven't
think
listened
so.
to it, but I hear it's good.
Yeah, he's a very good drummer.
He is. Yeah. What's next on Blur's list?
World history honors. I don't know what teacher.
Okay. We've already
World
talked
history
about world
honors.
history.
Yeah.
What's yours, Buster?
Oh gosh, what number are we on?
Whatever, number 5, I think.
My number 5 is sort of a 2-part thing 'cause it's the same teacher. Really felt the same class. It felt like 1 year, came back, continued the same class, but they were technically 2 different classes. And this is English 10 Honors and AP Lang, and the reason it's so similar was because I had Miss Brooks as a teacher.
Miss Brooks. I've heard things about Miss
She
Brooks.
was an incredible teacher.
That's good to hear.
I felt she really cared about the work her students did, and she wanted us to learn and to learn how to think. She treated us like human beings.
Actually, I wanna step in here again really quickly. The department at Calvin that doesn't really get enough credit as it deserves? It's the English department.
Yeah, well,
There are so many.
there's a big high and a big low. That's the problem.
There are so many good English teachers at Calvin, and they don't get any credit for it.
But there's so many bad ones too.
But you have to look past that. And I want to say thank you for the teachers who put their best foot out there.
Yeah, I was happy with no end that I had 2 years with Miss Brooks.
That's actually my next one is an English teacher too. It's Mr. Andrew. I forgot his last name. I only remember his first name. But yeah, Andrew. I'm sorry I don't remember your last name, but
I'm gonna throw some names out there.
okay.
SQ
No.
Richardson.
Richardson. Mr. Richardson. I did not I did not like writing in your class, but looking back on it, I really appreciate the amount of writing you put us through. You made us do, not put us through. It really, really helped me develop as a writer. And another thing I really appreciated was when you said I was the most improved in your class. Maybe you weren't being honest, maybe you're just saying that to say it, but it stuck with me, and I really, really appreciated it. I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Richardson. Thank you. But let's move on. What's his next one?
3.
I
Yeah,
think
3. Number 3, AP Gov.
Oh man, AP Gov.
He's got Mr. Scalise this semester.
Oh,
He'll
man.
have Mr. Ripley next semester.
I have AP Government on my list too. Spoiler alert. So
You had Mr. Ripley, right?
I had both Mr. Scalise
Oh,
and
did
Mr.
you?
Ripley. So, I kind of, I'll comment on this one too. That was really a really good class.
No, I'm gonna ask
enjoyed
the
that.
hard-hitting question.
Yes. Okay. No, I'm not gonna answer that question.
No.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
I will tell you what the question was,
what-
even if you won't answer
Why
it.
don't we wait until I say what place my government class
Okay.
is? Okay.
Okay.
I will talk more about that in a little bit. So, Buster, what is your next one?
My number 4 pick is
Don't say government.
AP Gov
Okay.
with Mr. Ripley.
With Mr. Ripley.
And
All right.
I don't have Mr. Scalise. I will never have Mr. Scalise. Sometimes he's like a cool guest character that pops into the room every now and then, makes a funny comment, pops out.
You know,
come in a shield sometimes and
we'll talk about Mr. Ripley.
act like a goofball.
I really liked Mr. Ripley too. Thank you, Mr. Ripley. He's a very, very nice person.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And also, I appreciate the journal questions.
Yeah, those are good.
They involve the
love
entire
that.
class, and I think that's important. It gets people civically engaged, and I think that's something we don't have enough of nowadays with young people. We don't engage them enough, and I think we should. So thank you, Mr. Ripley, for encouraging that. And also, your class was very good too. I really enjoyed it.
I like the content too. That's what helps.
Mhm. Government is important.
Yeah, that's about like this top half of the list. The other half was either I really like the format or I
Mhm.
really like the content. And this top half is I like both. That's why they get that extra
The higher on the
bit.
list.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4 is actually my first college class on the list. It's my freshman first year seminar class. Some of you guys don't know what first year seminar is. It's basically a critical like an intro to critical thinking at a college level. Anybody could pass the class essentially, but it's interesting. I really like my professor, Dr. Spitzer.
Spitzer.
She's German Canadian.
Okay.
She's very, very nice, very good person. She's very, very smart. She's a neuroscientist.
Oh.
hmm She's tried to base like our theme in her class around neuroscience, which at first I thought was going to be a little more difficult, but she's not like making us do like hardcore neuroscience. Thankfully, because like I could not pass that class. But she's very, very nice, very, very smart, and she cares a lot, and all three of those equal a really good class. So let's move on to not Buster. I keep saying Buster.
AP
Blowers.
Stats.
AP Stats.
With Mr. Riazzi.
I hear good things
Blower
about
is
Mr.
a
Riazzi.
big fan of Mr. Riazzi.
I-
I've not had him as a teacher, but I like the guy.
I consistently hear good things about him. Do you have Mr. Riazzi?
Blower always talks about how much he loves him. He seems like a cool guy. I've talked to him. Never had him.
I've not heard nothing but good things about Mr. Riazzi.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to Mr. Riazzi too.
I like his
for-
outfits.
I remember his outfits too. Like it's very hard to get people saying they like math classes. So that's a testament to how good he is.
Yeah.
All right, so Buster, you're number 3.
My number 3 is AP US History with Matt Stead.
We shared that class.
Well, this is a great class.
Yes, it was.
The group of people I had in there, which was Jackson, myself, Noah Adkins, and for the first semester, Ben.
And I think second semester Robbie was there, right?
No.
What wasn't? I thought Robbie was in second semester.
No.
Okay, maybe he left second semester. I don't remember, but Robbie was there at some point.
No.
He wasn't?
No, never.
No, I thought
No. Robbie was never in there.
really. I have memories of him being in there.
No.
There's no. Okay, maybe. I think I just gaslit myself.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was a really good class.
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked participating in there. He gave some killer lectures.
Yes, he did.
He had some real enthusiasm about himself,
Yes,
about TR and
Teddy Roosevelt.
what he thought about Gerald Ford
Yep.
and the USS Maine.
fun fact actually. It's not recently, but like we've figured out that just like a barrel exploded. Spain didn't attack the Maine.
Yeah.
So, sorry, people who died in the Spanish Civil War.
Yeah, great class.
It was really, really, really good class. My number 3 on here, once again, I think this one might be lower. I don't know. I put this number 3. I guess I was just trying to think of this one's not really number 3, but it's still on top 10. It's my communications class. I don't know why. I like the energy of being able to talk in front of people. Just being able to just speak.
Good.
Convey ideas. Yeah.
Okay.
I've learned real good to speak in that class. Real good. All right. What is Blower's
That's probably
pen?
gonna be my least favorite class, to be honest.
Oh no, it's good.
I've heard it's a lot easier in college.
Do you take it?
Than
Have you
high
taken it in
school.
high school?
Mm.
Okay. Well, it's not bad. The
How many
hard.
people were in there in your class?
I want to say like 20-ish. The hardest part about communications is the fear factor.
Yeah.
They're like, no matter what your level, like confidence level of public speaking, there's always some level of difficulty, like talking in front of a bunch of people. Like, it's difficult, but as soon as you get over that, and like you also got to realize people don't particularly care what you're talking about unless you make them care.
Mm.
So it's not like they're not going to remember your speech.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sorry, I ramble. Blower's
Blower.
penultimate favorite class on the list. Let's hear it. It is
AP US History.
AP US History with Matt Stead. He was in that class. No, he wasn't. Gosh darn
He
it.
wasn't.
Gosh darn it. I keep like everybody's in that class, I guess.
Oh yeah, this is what Blower wanted to announce, but then I don't think he did.
All right,
This is like, I think, the second show we've had where everybody in the show that has taken the class had a 4 or above. And that's a Blower's supremacy elitism thing. We don't do that.
No.
Blower wanted to announce that.
Yes, he did.
So there it is.
Did you take AP US History? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah, it was kind of a
The
tough
only
class.
AP class I've taken is
Psych.
Yep.
oh, you should have taken Gov. AP
I
Gov.
was going to, but is it actually that good of a class?
It is.
I thought it'd be
Gov.
like,
Yeah.
Are you in
tough.
civics?
yeah.
It's just like that.
I love Mr. Desmond though.
Oh,
well.
Mr. Desmond. I've heard stories about Mr. Desmond.
He's
But-
awesome. He's actually on my top 5 list.
Really? Oh yeah.
But I can't decide a number 1, so I'm still thinking.
Okay, you've got time. We've still
Yeah.
we've got one more up on Blower than he had on us.
Yeah.
So Buster, what is your penultimate?
My-
Penultimate means 2. Why did I
Yeah.
say penultimate earlier?
Was
I
that
bet.
his ultimate?
Yeah, that was
So
his ultimate.
His favorite class was
AP US History.
Yep.
Okay.
What is your penultimate?
My penultimate favorite class at any school I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, elementary and middle school kind of get thrown out. I don't remember.
Yeah,
whatever. Number 2, AP Psych with Mr. White.
AP Psych with Mr. White.
My favorite content from any class, I think. This class inspired me to want to really go into psychology.
Really?
and get secondary education on psychology.
Huh.
I loved learning about all the stuff, and the way he taught was great too.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit sometimes it was pretty rough for me to stick with it, with the biology stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't dig that, but I did it. But as a whole, the good way outweighed the bad.
That is good to hear.
I really liked the class. Yeah.
All right. Well, my penultimate one is U.S. History honors. Not U.S. History. AP U.S. History. Yeah. We've already talked about it, but Matt Stead, good person and good teacher. All right. So we'll get back to Buster's ultimate one, and then we'll do mine, and then we'll go through our friend here's 5. How's that sound? Sound good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. What Buster? What is your number 1 favorite class?
My number 1 class, and I think the best class ever invented, which is now defunct, destroyed, gone, zip. They got rid of it because the school doesn't care about the arts. AP Music Theory.
They got rid of AP Music Theory?
They cut it completely.
Holy cow.
Best class I've ever taken. Easy.
Really?
I loved it.
Huh. I've heard mixed opinions on that class. I've heard mixed opinions.
There's no class or teacher or any of that combination that I would like better. It was perfect.
That is, I am really happy to hear that.
Yeah, it was great.
My all-time favorite class is well, it was, I guess, not in the class anymore. U.S. government, AP government. Mr. Schoolies and Mr. Ripley. It was the best of both worlds. I got to experience the best of both halves, and to both of them, I say thank you for doubling my interest in government and inspiring others to be more involved. So thank you. All right, friend. What are your classes?
All right, number 5.
All right.
I'm just gonna say mass communications. Because, did you take that?
I did not.
I just thought it was fun because so laid back. If you need to do homework, you can. You get to make cool videos.
Yeah. Were you on
Everyone's just it's Miss Hayes.
Are you on the
Kristen.
air?
Huh?
Are you on the air ever? Like on TV?
Oh no, we don't even do the school news anymore. We just
Really?
make like cool videos. Like right now, well actually the first one, you do like a introduction video just to like introduce your like class, I
Mhm.
guess. What was the second video we did? We just did like a Halloween one.
Yeah.
She literally gives you a camera. You go film a Halloween video. Like it's so laid back. It's easy.
Number 4.
Number 4, AP Psych.
Okay.
Most of these, well, 3 of them are just because of the teachers, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Made it fun. AP Psych, I loved Mr. White.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I didn't particularly enjoy the class work or anything, but I thought it was fun. And I had friends in there. I know you said you didn't really have friends, but I had a lot of
All right.
Don't
Number
get me
people to
wrong,
talk to in there.
I liked the people in
Yeah.
there. I just wasn't particularly acquainted with them.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3, pottery.
Oh yeah.
Haven't thought about pottery in a while, but since you said it, I remember I had a lot of good times in there.
Complicated class.
It
was
is
fun.
How are you doing in that class, by the way?
Fine. I mean,
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you have
The problem is like there's just too many people,
There are a lot of people, but I think that's what makes it a little bit more fun too.
and it also the fact that I have to go all the way from one side of the school all the way back to the other for pottery.
Yeah.
kills it. For me.
I did that all last year.
I go from the piano room, or Mr.
Ooh.
Marcos's room, to pottery to the band room. It's horrendous.
It's your workout for the
I
day.
hate it. I it's bad. I like talking in between classes. I don't get to because of it.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Buster.
You get those days where the clay is like,
It's
you still have the
all
big
rough.
bin.
Yeah.
crusty.
Yeah, and then you have the days where it's like
It's goopy.
watered down, and then you
That-
have the days where it's like fluffy.
I'm working on a shark in there. You guys know that fish
Yeah.
project? I'm making a shark.
That's
It
cool.
looks like a demon.
Stylized or is like
Well, it's a goblin shark.
I see.
So it already the creature itself looks horrendous, and then the way I did it, because you can only make everything so precise.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a blurry hell demon.
A blurry hell
Hmm.
demon. That's the name of my band, by the way. Not really.
Oh yeah,
Not
really.
thrash metal. Yeah.
What did I make for that? I made a largemouth bass about this big. It was pretty cool. I think that was the best thing I made in there.
Good.
I didn't like the tikis, the teapots. Those were all
The
bad.
tikis?
I mean, yeah. Did you not make the tikis?
No.
We made those second semester, and I didn't like the wheel either.
Ooh, the wheel was horrible. Have you been on the wheel yet?
No.
You'll hate
that'll
it.
be Yeah.
Why?
Well, you'll either like it.
Oh yeah.
I liked making the ball, and then when I started to form it, it was just
I always
it
fell
was
apart.
bad.
Always
It would
fell
go like this, and then just fly apart.
Yeah.
It's bad.
You'll either really love it or really hate it.
And you'll either get it or you won't.
Or you won't, and you'll struggle and hate it the entire time.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I think you're a smart guy. You can handle it. You got
I
that.
don't think it's about. I think you gotta have the touch.
Yeah. Okay, number 2. What's your number 2?
It kind of burns you too sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's not
Wa-
wet, you don't
Important
keep
to
it
put
wet.
water on
it'll
your hands or get
yeah.
friction burned.
Number 2, civics, Mr. Desmond. Just because of him, I
Mm.
love him. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's super hyper.
I like his dad.
you've
I've never
ever-
had him,
yeah.
but his dad.
He
Yeah.
comes in there sometimes and rambles about
Best
whatever.
way to spend a class period. Say the word communism. And the class period is gone.
Or Korea. Did he
Oh,
serve in
yeah.
Korea? Is that
I
what
don't know. But he knows everything about
He
the
does.
38th parallel.
He does. It's astonishing how much he knows.
Yeah.
All right. What's number
The
one?
number one.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be English 11
English 11. Who's your
with
teacher?
Mr. Richardson.
Oh man, Mr. Richardson.
Only because of him. But he was a good teacher when he wanted to be. He was a good teacher, but he's a dick to the people he likes.
Yeah.
Did you ever realize that?
Yeah.
But I loved him. He
It-
was so fun. He was so fun.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson.
I still talk to him.
I do
Walking
too.
down the hall. Like every day, I'll be talking to my girlfriend and he'll be walking behind me and I can hear his keys jangling down the hallway and I'll go, and he'll go, why are the way you he said, why are you the way you are?
That's the way. Yeah, he always said that. He's like, if you show up, how long do you stay? Like, did you stay after like, when people are like leaving class? Be like, it's like almost summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm like, hey, Mr. Richardson. During that time, he's like, why are you still here?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Some girl came in your grade to get a picture with him last year while we
Mhm.
were in class. He was like, oh god. And he got up there to take a picture and he was like, I was like, Mr. Richardson, I'm next. He went, go to hell. He was hilarious. I liked him.
I also really like this. Like, does he still have the long hair, or did you cut it? Is it still short hair?
It's short. Wait, was it short?
It
whenever
was
you
short hair
had him?
senior year. I had long hair when I had him.
I never really saw him with long. Well, I saw him, but I didn't know him then.
He had luscious locks of hair.
Yeah, it was really long, wasn't it?
It was good. It was long.